Happy Wednesday and welcome to my video. I am Mickey B. Have we met? If not, it's nice to meet you. Welcome to Wednesday of week 3 of my hair rehabilitation series. And without further ado, let's just jump right into it and get it started. Today is just a refresh day. And I think that what I'm going to do, instead of sit here and have you watch me take these braids out on camera, I'm gonna go ahead and unravel these braids because I feel like I can do them a lot quicker. And I'm gonna go ahead and unravel them and then come back on and go ahead and get started. So that way we can get through this a lot quicker. I'm trying my best to get these routines recorded in as little time as possible, and I know I like to do it real time, but a lot of people probably won't come into the video with braids or twists or whatever they have, or if they do, then they can just start the video once they have everything unraveled. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop now and take care of that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's open, this is closed. Let's open that up. Put it on spray. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get this going real quick. Another reason that I like to go off camera and wet my hair is because then I won't rush when you're on camera, or at least when I'm on camera. I feel the need to rush things and do things a lot quicker, and you don't want to do that when you're dealing with your hair because you might pull and tug on it a little bit more than necessary. And you know, it's not the best thing to do, especially on the end when you're just taking out the twists. And I know I am really bad at that with my ends, which is why I'm doing the 2 braids, because the least amount of ends that I have to worry about, the better. So that's one reason why I like to do that as well, in addition to just saving time, recording time. And also it's just less to edit, because editing also, even though I like it, allows me to be creative, put my little fun touches on videos from time to time, but the less stuff you have to weed through, the better. So now I'm trying to record smart, so that I have little or a smaller amount of footage to weed through in order to get a video up. And I'm just wetting both sides now just to kind of allow my hair to soak it up and be a little bit more pliable when I get to the other side. So it feels a little bit drier today, and that's because I've been not wrapping it up as much this week or last week as I normally would have. So just want to make sure. And see, I'm rushing. I'm really trying to get this done in 15 minutes or less. So let's see if we can meet that goal. And one test that I like to do or try, and it's not a test, one thing that I like to do to make sure that I'm getting it on my scalp is I just mash it in there just like that. So I know it's not squirting anywhere but on my scalp. And that allows it to soak it up a bit. Okay, so I think this is pretty good. And then for the end, I like to do them mashed up against my head like that so it doesn't drip all over the place and it stays on the hair. And if it does drip anywhere, it drips back on the hair. Alright, so let's get this party started and end it in 15 minutes or less. And my spray mixture has conditioner, water, and about 3 or 4 different oils: vitamin E, castor, olive oil. I didn't use coconut this time. Let's get my 3 products here to go ahead and smush on. My yellow hair food that just goes on my scalp. Not a lot. And my edges, my scalp and my edges. I feel like that. It feels like it's come out all the way back there. And it is, well, it's still hot weather-wise. I was gonna say it's cooling down, but not really. It comes in spurts. It's like one day is tolerable, the next day is intolerable. But it helps to have wet hair like this. So that's why I don't mind moisturizing so much. Yeah, the whole editing thing, I'm trying to record smarter. And if I can record smarter and have little, you know, a lot less of footage to weed through, then I can try and get my videos up in a timely manner or on schedule on Wednesdays and Sundays. And I just like to be able to do what I say I, you know, set out to do. I don't want to say, oh, I'm going to post the video every Sunday and Wednesday and put it up there every Friday and Saturday or something. That doesn't make sense, because the whole point is to do it together. So I'm really trying to get that done. So I have to do things that make sense, that would allow me to be more successful in that venture, and this is one of them. And it's moving smarter and faster. And again, on a refresh, we don't need to do that much on a refresh anyways, so I can allow myself to be a little bit more lenient. See, that's trying to tangle up, so I just bring it down, let it slide on out. That's one thing these oils are good for, is allowing little knots and things, or potential knots, to slide out like that real easy. I noticed that. So oils are definitely good for moisture, locking in moisture, and keeping your hair detangled to a degree where, or shall I say, well, maybe keeping it detangled and allowing knots to slide out. I mean, keeping it slippery, giving it a little slip adds to detangling. So I guess you could say that. Okay, so there we go there. This is happening faster than I thought. But this is, you know, I like to do these versions like this because everybody probably is going to experience a time where they just don't want to do it. They're just not feeling it, or time just got away from them. And so this just goes to show that you can still, and because this is where I think a lot of people fall victim to a hair routine, is feeling like you have to do it properly every single time. Here's the grease I'm going to put on here. And that's actually not the case. You don't have to give it the full-fledged attention that you normally do when you do have the time. You can condense it and make it more practical or more reasonable with the amount of time that you have, or the amount of energy that you have as well. Because sometimes we're just tired and we don't want to do it. Sometimes we just have a stressful day and we don't want to do it. It could be any number of reasons why you may not want to do the full process, but just doing a little bit of the process. Because as you can see, worst case scenario, what I'm doing right now is not like the most attentive session, but it is a session and my hair is moist, and at the end of the day, that is the bottom line. Like, I'm not trying to comb through it, style it or anything, but you see it's moist and it's being fed, and that's what's most important. We can go sometimes and miss a few of the steps, but you don't want to miss the whole thing for too long. I mean, if you had to miss one, of course you have to miss one. But if you can half step, and I say that loosely because half step in a good way to where you just get some moisture on your hair like I'm doing today. And you see all that moisture in that braid wanting to squeeze out. I didn't even realize I put that much in there, but I guess when I was soaking it to my scalp, that's probably where all this came from. But it's a good thing because it's going to soak into my hair and it's going to last until Sunday when I start week 4. Ooh, let me be very careful. I don't want it to fly. That's the only thing, that's the other reason I should say why I try to not make it scared the crap out of me. That was my brush. Where I try to not make it too moist is because if I'm braiding this and I'm not focusing on it and I'm flying little pieces of hair around, it gets on my wall, my camera, if it's too much moisture to where it's dripping. So that's another reason why I don't like to put too much, and it'll just start dripping down my neck, kind of like that, and I hate that as well. So try to balance things out, and you know, when you're rushing, sometimes you just really don't pay attention to what you're doing. And see, this is really, let me squeeze, ooh, squeeze some of this in my hair. See how it's coming down? I didn't realize I put this much liquid, so I'm not going to add anything else to this. Just going to hurry up and finish so I can go on with the rest of my day, but I wanted to segue, make it a point to get this done, because for you curl friends who have followed my journey from back in the day, one thing that I'm sure everyone will remember is that when it comes to my hair, I am lazy. And if I can get away with doing the bare minimum, you already know that's what it is. So, but as long as you're doing something, it's better than nothing. Because dry hair cannot moisturize itself. Get the scalpity scalp, and if you notice, I'm making big sections, bigger sections. It keeps the product buildup to a minimum, which I appreciate, and it just allows me to move through this a lot quicker. See this side as well. And there's hair here, so I just want to keep monitoring it like that so I can see if I can tell the difference. I think a hair care regimen has similar, I don't know the word to use, not responses, but it's similar to when you are dieting and you start a diet program and you want to see quick results, especially when you have like a little damage like I have, or a lot of damage like I have with this. Oh, did I show you baldy today? Yeah, especially when you have a lot of damage that you're trying to repair. You have to realize or remind yourself that it's a process and it's going to take time to get back to where it was at a healthy state. But it will get there. You just have to not focus on it and just get in your routine and just get it done. And that's what I'm telling myself throughout this process. So even though I'm doing the little check on camera every session, it's just so that when I look back I can see progression. But I'm not expecting any major changes right now. But I do, like when I go back 6 months down the road, or 3, 4, 5, 6 months, when I really got some time invested, I want to be able to look and see visually the change that has occurred. And it's also going to be my confirmation, of course, that this is working. But if I try to expect those results too soon, then I might give up or think that this is a waste of time, which I'll never think moisturizing your hair is a waste of time. But I could think that this isn't doing anything, I'm just moisturizing, but I'm never going to get this spot to fill in. So it could be discouraging if you are unrealistic in your expectations, especially in the time frame of your expectations. So that's why for me, I just literally do the process and leave it alone. When I edit my videos too, it also gives me like a quick overview. Like I see it every time, obviously, that I'm sitting down and editing. So when it's a drastic change, and I'll look at one of my videos and be like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, because outside of this, I don't really look at it, I don't check it, I don't monitor it, because I know that it's going to be a while, because it took a while to get this way. So I don't have any unrealistic expectation in my hair being repaired or back to its normal state. I feel like I got at least 6 months before I'm happy with any type of result, especially up in here. So that's why I like to do these little things here and there. So 6 months, when I do this, I want to be able to look back at this and say 6 months, it should be like draping down my face, even in this little area. So I just do little things like this to have points of comparison, as I go down the line with this process. But I actually like the accountability that I've placed on myself with these videos and posting it, and hopefully getting a group of people to join with me in doing this, so they too can see the benefits of a disciplined hair routine, and also they can see that you do not need to put a lot in it every single time. If you only have a little time to give, then just do what you can, and that little amount of time your hair will still appreciate it, and it will still thrive from it, as long as you're giving it something. Giving it nothing is what you don't want. And that, my friend, is what most people do. They give their hair nothing. So that's what I want to combat, is that type of behavior, that lazy behavior that I have and have had, and always am willing to succumb to and let my hair suffer. I don't want to do that anymore. Even when things are back right with the world, and if I have to get back in a car and commute and do all the stuff that I was doing before, I still want to make time for my hair. The challenge there will be I'll have to actually do something with my hair. I won't be able to walk around with 2 ponytails in an office setting. And I definitely don't want to do anything fake. I don't want to do extensions, braids. I like easy access to my hair. I don't want to fall into, I really believe this side is longer than this side, but when I stretch them, they're the same. But every time I braid them, I know it's because this one's just, anyways, I'm rambling. But the good news is I'm done, and this didn't take long at all. My hair is super moisturized. So yeah, you can get this done very quickly. So if you didn't have time to do a deep condition and you just had time to do this on a Sunday and a Wednesday, then just do this and just deep condition when you do have time to fit it in. But this doesn't have to be a huge major inconvenience in our lives just to take care of ourselves. So on that note, I'm going to rush off to the next project that I have waiting for me, and just thank you for joining me for today's video, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos, and leave a comment if you like this journey, even though it's just monotonous and routine and boring. The whole point of it is not to be so much entertaining, but to just have a support system to get your hair done, to set aside time and get it done. So that's what this is about. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and you have a great day. Bye bye.